Hi friends, welcome to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I'm Jenny and we're gardening here in Baltimore, Maryland, Zone 7. Today I'm really excited because I have another plant haul for you. My plant stash is no longer empty. I was feeling very lonely, but now I am refilled again, and so let's take a look at the things that I found. These plants came from Frank's Greenhouse and Produce, or is it Frank's Produce and Greenhouses? Not sure. It's located in Elkridge, Maryland, and it's a locally owned greenhouse operation and of course produce operation, and they sell wonderful things all season long. They focus on annuals, but they do have a lot of perennials and some shrubs and do they have trees? They might not have trees, I'm not sure. So I went over there looking for annuals to put into my fall containers, which, by the way, I have rarely ever done any fall containers, but my daughter-in-law Beth really inspired me. She puts together such beautiful containers, and I thought, well, maybe I could put something together. I don't know. We'll see. So I went over to Frank's looking for annuals, and of course I had to look around the perennial lot as well. Let me give you an in-depth look at all the plants that I got, and let's take a peek at what's going to be going into the garden in the next couple days. So these are the annuals that I picked up for the containers out front. I haven't ever really done fall containers very much, but my daughter-in-law Beth really inspired me with hers, as I know she inspired many of you. I had so many comments from you saying that some of you decided, you know what, I haven't done fall containers either, but Beth's look great, so maybe I can go put some together too. And that's the way I felt about it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do 2 matching containers on either side of the front step. And these celosia, which I believe is exactly what Beth used as her centerpiece in one of her pots, are going to be the centerpiece of each of these 2 pots. So I got 2 of these celosias. I got 2 white mums. Mums are not my favorite flower, especially, well, I'll just leave it at that. They're not my favorite, but I do like the white ones. So I got some white mums and then some purple asters. And I just think that this color combination, the white, the pink, and the purple, is going to be really nice together. Now, you might think, Jenny, it's fall, you should be really doing russets and reds and oranges and ambers and yellows and golds. Yes, nature does go to those colors at this time of year, but it's not really my favorite color palette. So I decided to just stick with pink, white, and purple, which are the colors that I have spread throughout almost the entirety of my whole garden. And so this is really in keeping with what I enjoy, and so everybody should do what they enjoy, right? So to go with these 3 primary plants, I picked up some flats of pansies. I have some plain white ones and some plain purple ones. And so pansies in Zone 7 are awesome because they will overwinter. They won't die back. They will stop growing for sure once it gets freezing and colder. But they will live through a cold winter, and then next spring they will start to flush out and be a really strong accent in the garden in the early spring when you don't have much else going. Now, you do have spring bulbs happening in the early spring. So I picked out white and purple because that will go nicely with any yellow daffodils that I put out there, or with any color of spring tulips or hyacinths or alliums that I might choose to put out in the garden as well. I think that having this color palette is going to be nice. Also, I picked up this flat of violas. There are 16 of these that are bicolor with the purple and the white, and then there are 8 of the just plain purple, and then there are 8 of these white pansies. And these are going to become bedding plants in the front foundation flower bed, the point out where I put the soft touch holly. Okay, well, I went to Frank's to get annuals, and I did get annuals, but also Frank's does have perennials, and I got these on a really great deal. These quart-size round pots of perennials were on, well, they were being sold for $3.99 each, or if you bought 8 or more, $3.50 each. So I picked up 14 new perennials. Now, some of these things I had in mind already because I have thoughts on where they're going to go in the garden, and some of these things I didn't have on my list to buy right now, but they're kind of in the back of my mind for the future, so I went ahead and got them. Fall planting is a great time to do it because if you do fall planting of perennials about 4 to 6 weeks before your first frost, then the plants use those 4 to 6 weeks in the warm soil from the summer to get their roots really well established out before that first frost comes. They're not going to put on a ton of growth. They might grow a little bit. They might even flower, but that's not their prime job. Their prime job is to get their roots going. And so then next spring, they'll be a really nice, strong, and healthy plant to begin with. So, so that's why I got all of these perennials right now. Now, which one should I start with? Okay, we'll just go this way. This is purple coneflower, just plain old echinacea. You can never have too many, and I have some spots where I want to put some more of these. So actually, while I'm sitting here looking at this tray, all of these, or almost all of these, definitely almost all of these in this tray are going to be going out behind the fence, out in front of the Leyland cypress and skip laurels, between those tall shrubs and the driveway of our neighbor, so that first of all, these are deer resistant plants, so the deer won't bother them. They're natives, or close to natives, and so they will thrive out there in without a whole lot of care from me. Most of them, well, all of them I think, won't need to be fussed with. They won't need to be cut back. They'll be a really nice native style, also butterfly and pollinator attractors. Purple coneflower, can never have enough of those. I might divide this before I plant it because I think I could probably get at least 2, maybe 3 divisions out of this to spread the love. All right, I picked up a butterfly bush. Look how little bitty this is. But over time, this will grow to be 5 feet tall and wide. This is Prince Charming butterfly bush, and I like pink. So butterfly bushes aren't really my very favorite kind of shrub, but the butterflies and pollinators love them. So my thinking is, if I plant this, which I don't really love the way it looks, but if I plant it on the outside of the evergreens back there, then I won't really see it all that much, but it will attract the pollinators. So my garden in the back will benefit from having those pollinators in the neighborhood. They'll come over the fence into my garden and continue to pollinate my garden, and I don't have to look at it when it gets floppy and scraggly, which butterfly bushes are wont to do. So that's what this is for, to attract pollinators to my yard. This is a Caryopteris, or a blue mist shrub. This one is called Grand Blue. It's also called Bluebeard. This plant is a shrub. Right now it looks pretty, not yet shrubby, but it will become a shrub, and this will be 4x4. And this one I love. I think this one's going to go out in the front garden near that sugar tip Rose of Sharon that I just planted. But I might pot this up and overwinter it in a nice large container because I'm not really ready to plant up that new garden space out there. So this one might live in a container over the winter. All right, and then I bought 3 of these baby Joe pieweeds. This is Eupatorium dubium, baby Joe. So these are Joe pieweed. They are a native plant. This is a cultivar that has been bred for being more petite. So these will only get to be about 3 feet tall and wide. But again, they have the beautiful Joe pieweed type of flower bracts at the top. And I bought 3 of them. And these are going to go, again, out behind the fence, behind the evergreens, between the evergreens and the neighbor's driveway. And these, again, are designed to attract pollinators into the garden, into the neighborhood. So I really think I'm excited about that plan. I think, wow, that was really smart, Jenny. We'll see. All right, so that's those 6. And then there's 8 more. I got some more euphorbia. I actually got 2 different kinds because I hadn't really planted euphorbia before last year. Last year I put in 2 glacier blue euphorbias, one out on the front corner and one over by the fence gate. And they're awesome. I love those plants. So then this year I put in 2 in the backyard, and I forget the variety name of the ones I put in the backyard, but they're intended to have kind of reddish, burgundy-ish, greenish foliage, and their flowers, I believe, are red. Although I haven't seen the flower because I bought them after the flower season. So then I thought, wow, let me try some more of these wonderful plants. So here's one called Tasmanian Tiger. And this one will grow to be only 12 to 18 inches tall and wide. They're hardy in zone 6 to 9. And the picture on the tag shows that their flowers are the same color as their foliage. Whereas the glacier blue euphorbia that I have has this color of soft greenish gray and cream foliage, but their flowers are yellow. And so this one will have this coloration on the flowers. So I only bought one of these because I only found one of those. But then I got two of these, which are the Ascot Rainbow. Let's see, this one will grow to be about 20 inches tall and wide. And it has foliage that is a chartreuse bicolor with sort of a soft greenish gray. So it's really interesting color. And then the stems are red on it. And the flowers, actually the tag doesn't show what the flower colors are, but I understand that the red coloration comes out in the flowers as well. So these plants will grow to have multiple stems, and they'll make a nice big 20-inch shrub full of this kind of, it looks almost like a succulent, but it's not. Or it might be, I don't know, acts kind of like a succulent, but the leaves are, I don't know, forget I said that. Anyway, I got two of these, and I think that the yellow color on these are going to be a nice addition to the front foundation flower beds, where I have a whole lot of green going on, and I want to bring some more of the different colors of foliage out there. Hey, look at that. I got two of these butterfly bushes. Did I mean to do that? I must have meant to do that. And so I am going to put two of these 4x4 butterfly bushes out behind the fence. May Night Salvia. This is a good old standard. It is a reliable, beautiful blue spikes of flowers in the spring, in May. Funny that. Actually late April also around here. And I got two of these, and the reason is because on both sides of the foundation planting, I have some May Night, but not enough to really make a statement. So on the south side of the front, I have 3 plants, so I bought 2 more to add to the one that I have on the north side. I just want a nice big flush of May Night. And then over time, I'll be able to divide this up and make them even bigger. And then the last set of perennials that I got are this Anise Hyssop Blue Fortune. And this is a really beautiful, it's also, the Latin name is Agastache. Anise Hyssop Blue Fortune, and this one will grow to be about 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, and it has, again, beautiful bluish purple candle spikes of flowers, similar to a salvia, but different, and butterflies, hummingbirds, bees, things like that. Really love this particular hyssop. So again, that's going to go out in the front as well, to add to the front flower bed. While I was there, I picked up 2 of these 2 gallons of Pow Wow wild berry coneflower, and you say, Jenny, you just planted 4 of those out there. Why did you need 2 more? Well, one of them is diseased, and so I needed to replace it, and then I decided to add another one out there just because they're beautiful. So that's why. So that's what I got at Frank's. And then I stopped at Lowe's looking for kale, not finding kale. But what did I find? Let's see. Okay, and the last things that I bought, I had stopped at Lowe's to try to find some kale. I didn't find kale that I wanted, but I did find this euonymus shrub. Now, this, I paid full price for this. This is called Green Spire Euonymus. And this one will stay about 1 to 2 feet wide. It's already 18 inches wide, so I imagine it'll get a little bit wider. But then it'll grow 6 to 8 feet tall. And the tag says that it's a fast grower. It wants full sun or part sun. I'm going to be putting it in a part sun location. This is going to be going out in front of our white fence between the 2 gates, where I currently am trying to grow a mini mauvet hydrangea, but that hydrangea is not doing well in that location. So I'm going to take that out of the ground, put it in a container, and try to overwinter it in a container for next year to be planted somewhere else. And then this will be a beautiful green accent in front of that white fence. So I was really happy to find this. Now, this says it grows 6 to 8 feet tall. I probably don't want it that tall in that location, but I'm going to just let it do its thing Euonymus shrubs you can hedge, you can shape, you can trim them to however you want. So I'm going to let it grow and see what it does, and then I will give it haircuts as I feel are necessary over the coming years. And then I popped into the clearance plant section at Lowe's and I found this. This is a phlox. This is called Famous White Eye Phlox. And it grows 12 to 18 inches tall and wide. It looks like it just finished a bloom cycle. So I'll be deadheading this. I don't expect another bloom out of it this fall. Now, this is probably going to be really similar to the mini pearl phlox that I have in several locations around the yard. Mini pearl is short. It only gets to be about 18 inches, maybe 24 inches tall. And it's an early bloomer. I don't know if this is an early, mid, or late season bloomer. It looks like it's a late season, but who knows what it does in the nursery. And they look really similar in their flower in that this has white with a purple throat. Mini pearl has white with a very faint purple throat. So I think they're probably pretty similar. Mini pearl is really disease resistant. So I'm hoping that this one is as well. We will find out. So that's what I got at my most recent plant haul. I hope you enjoyed watching. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Are you planting in the fall? Are you adding to your gardens in this wonderful fall planting season? Let me know. And share with each other where you've gone for good prices of plants or good healthy quality plants. And otherwise, I hope you subscribe and come back and watch more videos with us. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I hope to see you again in another video real soon. Bye-bye. Have a good day.